Hello there, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer. We're here with Flight Simulator 4, and for those of you who have seen some of my Flight Simulator 4 videos, you know that you're in for a treat. Hey there, Fat Bear. How are you doing? Yep, I'm having a pretty good day. Glad I'm able to get back to a stream. I've been busy the past few days, but I think we're on track. I got some work I got to do in order to get the stream ready for tomorrow, because I got to get my retro box out and set up and everything, because Flight Simulator 2000 will be tomorrow, and I do that one off of the Windows 98 box. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are in Denver. What am I clicking on? What am I clicking on here? Hey. We're going all over the place here. Alright, so there's the plane. We're in Denver, Colorado, and we are going to be heading out to Pueblo, Colorado. This is using the SubLogic USA West scenery set, which I can show you here because it's kind of heavy. So right here is this lovely package here that I've got that has SubLogic Flight Assignment ATP along with USA West and USA East scenery. And unlike the separate scenery discs from SubLogic, this set, which works on SubLogic Flight as well as Flight Simulator 4, it covers the whole continental US. So for those of you familiar with the old simulators, you'll know that scenery discs 8 and 10 were never made, but this here actually covers the whole US, and then some. Well, when I say and then some, what I mean is it has more airports and more navigation VORs than what their original scenery discs cover. Plus the scenery looks a lot better. And the airports have taxiways and stuff. They've got a control tower and they got one building. But with some other add-ons, you can create more buildings to it. You can add air traffic, which is something I didn't have time to do. But I did have time for something else. I made the time, so I stayed up late last night. I got less than 4 hours of sleep before I went to work. But this was important. I had to do this. So I had created a ATC adventure. So we're going to have ATC on this flight. Now, how is that done? That's a couple of Mallard. The company's called Mallard. There's a couple of tools. One of them, you create a flight plan. And then there's another tool called Pilot's Power Tools. And you take that flight plan and you change it to an adventure. And then you get this text file and you convert that, like using the adventure compiler or whatever it is. It's based on the same stuff that they used for Flight Simulator 5, for the adventure thing on that, and then what continued on with Flight Simulator 98. You had Pro Flight 98, and then for 2000 you have Pro Flight 2000. And then after that, Microsoft added ATC in. So that's what we got. So you have the choice between text voice, or both? And you're like, wow, this includes voice too? Well, no, it doesn't. You actually have to create the voice files and put them in. And that's where the magic begins.
Welcome to this killer awesome flight from Denver to Pueblo, Colorado. Tune in, Stapleton International Clearance Delivery on 122.45 when ready to begin, or press X to see some instructions.
So we're going to change something here so that way you can hear it a little better. We're going to go to the Adventure Factory, and I'm going to turn off this mixing engine noise for right now, because the voice didn't come out very loud, but later on we'll be able to turn the engine thing back on. So let's go ahead and turn the mixing engine noise off, and then we'll go back. Okay, and there's the text, 122.45. Night flight? No, SubLogic flight. Oh, you're asking if this flight is night? No. This generates weather, too. This generates random weather, so we have an overcast. Yeah, how about that? We have an overcast.
Welcome to this killer awesome flight from Denver to Pueblo, Colorado. Tune in, Stapleton International Clearance Delivery on 122.45 when ready to begin, or press X to see some instructions.
All right, so 122.45.
Killer Gamer, you are cleared to Pueblo Memorial Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 3500. Expect 8,010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.55, squawk 6445. Check latest weather report with flight service on 122.20. Contact ground on 121.90 prior to taxi.
All right, let's see if we can get a weather report here. Now, the weather report's not going to have any voice on that. That one's a little difficult to do. And yeah, that doesn't quite work. So, all right. So ground, we're going to tune into ground, which is 121.90.
Hello, Killer Gamer. Taxi to runway 08, left and hold short. Contact tower on frequency 122.85.
I told you, you're in for a treat. You thought you heard ATC in modern simulators? You've heard nothing yet. Now we got to find 8 left. Something tells me that it is over to the right. So we got some taxiways up here. Now, in case you're wondering, this is not DOSBox. This is PC emulator. This is emulating an actual 486-66 machine. I have got MS-DOS with Windows 3.1 on top of it, or 3.11 for workstation. So this is an actual emulated 486 DX2 66 megahertz. So just so you know. Something tells me I'm not going to get to the runway from this part right here. It doesn't look right. It's okay. We'll make a tour of the airport here. You know, we will find our way. Actually, I think the runway is over here. You know, if you look in the distance there, you'll see like a little green thing, and that's a tree. Trees. Whoa, that's 7. That's the wrong runway. There might be another one. I think it's over there. Now, I did a few test flights to make sure things were working out okay. About the only thing is that they're going to give us the wrong altitude. It did say climb the 8,000, but for some reason it keeps wanting us to go to 5,000 during the flight, and we can't. The ground levels, as you can see, around 5,400. So it's not perfect. Can it be corrected? Yes, because you can go into the text file and make some corrections, but at the time I didn't know that. And since it's on an actual emulated DOS machine, in order for me to get the files off, I've got to like stick in a floppy disk image, transfer it over to that, and then use a floppy image, like WinImage, to be able to read that image so I can get the stuff off of it, so that way I can do the text editing on the main computer, and then I've got to transfer it back to the DOS machine. So yeah, you know, we'll just go over into the grass here. I am looking for the runway. I know it's somewhere. I think it's off to the right, actually. So those mountains out there in the distance, that is the Rocky Mountains. And it looks just like that. You'll be amazed of, you know, go to Colorado, look at the Rockies, and it looks just like that. that's not it. I think we're going to need just a little bit of help so we can find out where this is. So let's go to views and let's look at a map here. Aha. Okay, so it's down below. It's this one right here. So we went to this one first, and then we went to this one. We actually need to come all the way down here to the south end. So we'll just go over here, take this, and take this taxiway. That should get us right there. When in doubt, pull up the map. Now, do you notice how it's putting up a message there, contact tower and 122.85? Now, there would be a voice file with that, but I didn't associate one with that particular message there. Sometimes it has sometimes it will repeat in the text thing. There's a lot of loops, and if this, then that, then go to this, and then that. There's some areas where the text is repeated in certain loops, and so I would have to duplicate those sound files for each one if they say something, or I can record something new that says it a different way. But I was pressed for time last night, so I just focused on the most important stuff because I wanted to get the flight itself ready and everything, because, you know, I like to give you folks a good experience, because I don't think there's going to be anyone else out there that is going to go to these lengths to do a retro flight like this. You know, if anyone does a Flight Simulator 4 flight, you know, they might use some scenery. They might use this the sound upgrade, because Flight Simulator 4 does not sound like this right out of the box. It sounds like Flight Simulator 3. It's a PC speaker sound. But there's an add-on that adds, it's a graphics sound upgrade. But as far as the rest of it, yeah, I don't think you're going to find hardly anyone that's going to put in that kind of work. Okay, I think this is the runway right here. And you have to get permission to take off, otherwise it will say you didn't have permission and it will end your flight. If you take off from the wrong runway, it will cancel your flight plan. Okay, this is 8 right. We could use 8 right. Because it's not going to know the difference. As long as you are facing in that direction, you can take off from 8 left or 8 right and it doesn't matter. I want to find it though. I want to find it. the actual runway that we need to go to. Because I was pretty sure this was it. Huh. So, is it? Maybe it is the next one. Okay, I recognize it. Okay. We're going to use the runway as a taxiway. Since I didn't generate any air traffic, I don't think... It's a quiet airport. Now you might be thinking, what? Generate air traffic? How do you do that? Well, actually, it's like recording a macro. So there's this recorder. You turn on the recorder and you are the AI traffic. So whatever you do with your plane is what it's recording. So you basically, you can have yourself parked at the terminal, and when you start recording, you can let yourself sit there for a moment, and then you can back up, and then you can go to the runway, take off, and if you wanted to, you could fly to an airport and land. It will record the whole thing. You got to be careful though, because it takes memory, and since this goes back to old DOS, you've only got so much memory, and then it'll just crash, and you won't have your game. And I found what tends to work: record 2 aircraft that are taxiing and taking off, and then record 2 aircraft that come in and land, and then taxi to the terminal. And that tends to be enough, because it will repeat. You can set it to repeat that. Okay, now where is that runway? Okay. It's right here in front of us. Right there. There it is. Let's see. Turn that off. Okay, so we can go ahead and tune in to Tower now. See, it looks like a taxiway, but then you get close enough, and then here's the runway stuff right here. Here we go. We got some wind here, shaking us a bit.
Killer Gamer, this is Tower. Contact departure on 118.55. Have a killer awesome day.
We're going to fly to downtown Denver, and then we'll be on our way. So we're going to do a flyover of Stapleton International Airport here. My cruise altitude should be... Oh yeah, there's chatter too. Should be 8,000 feet. But ATC is going to say 5,000. So it generated it incorrectly.
504 Charlie Romeo. I'll maintain Pueblo 230, turn 10 right for traffic.
All right, let's go ahead and set our autopilot. I wish we could do this on the control panel instead of just opening up all these menus, but this is just how it is. Okay, so we're going to set the altitude lock to, we're at 7,000 feet. That sounds good enough for right now, because I want to be somewhat not level with the downtown Denver, but you know, so we can at least see it a little bit. Okay, so now there it's saying establish a heading of 181. Now that's another thing where you can't really, you can add a voice, but it's You can't really, because that heading will change depending upon where you're at. That's the heading we need to go to, though. It's 181. Now, this does have the ability to use text-to-speech, which I have been able to get working before. But for some reason, I haven't gotten it working on this one. Or maybe it's just the ATC, I'm not sure. It's supposed to read all messages, but there may not be enough memory to be able to use it. I don't know. So you'll see it's changing the heading. See that one's 179 now. Now imagine if I recorded air traffic. You'd be seeing air traffic taking off and landing. Okay, we'll go ahead and change our heading now to about 179. Okay, 169. Close to 170. Alright, let's go ahead and set the heading because the wind's blowing us all over the place. So we'll set this to 157.
How low are you gonna be? Number 24 Golf Radar service terminates, squawk 35 change by 6 super. Number T7 Tango, radar service terminates, squawk for I-4 cancellation, speed radar service terminates, squawk 35 change by 6 super. Good day.
Killer Gamer, this is Denver departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet.
See, it says 5,000. It should be 8,000.
Mr. Killer Gamer, it's time for you to contact center on 133.20. I'm going to get some coffee. Black.
Yeah, they're kind of laid back in this universe. This is the killer ATC version. Okay, this is where we're going to turn on the mixing engine noise.
Killer Cessna, this is Center. You are cleared direct to Colorado Springs VR at 5,000 feet.
And yes, this is using text-to-speech AI voices. Now, the ones that I've done in the past were like the old versions of text-to-speech, but now it's like so good. It's so good, and I can have such a variety of voices. And I can have them say whatever I want.
Killer Cessna, please expedite your descent to 5,000.
We're gonna hang out here at 7,000.
How low are you gonna be? Number 24 Golf Radar service terminates, squawk 35 change by 6 super. Number T7 Tango, radar service terminates, squawk for I-4 cancellation, speed radar service terminates, squawk 35 change by 6 super. Good day.
I can record my own ATC chatter if I wanted to. but I can change the ATC files. So
Killer Cessna, please expedite your descent to 5,000.
So, like, with the, if I wanted to go to, liveatc.com and actually download ATC chatter files, I can do that. Or I can use, like, the FSATC chatter or XATC chatter programs and use the chatter from those. You have to convert it into the right format. It has to be an 8-bit PCM VOC file is what it's got to be. Because if you don't record it as that, it's gonna turn out all messed up when you play it through here. It'll be too fast, too slow, whatnot. Alright, let's bring it down to 6,000 for right now, or we'll bring it down to about 6,500, just so I can get it to, because it's...
Killer Cessna, please expedite your descent to 5,000.
See, it's kind of stuck in a little bit of a loop at the moment. So we'll try to appease it. We can't go to 5,000 because the ground, we'll hit the ground before we get there. But we can try to compromise here and set it up to 6,500. I'm going to pull out the map here. Okay, let's see if I can... Alright, there's Stapleton. Okay, Colorado Springs. If I can find it, what is the... There it is, 112.50. We're a little bit off course here. Alright, let's set it. Ooh, looks like we're getting awfully close to the ground too. Alright, so let's go back to autopilot set, and I'm gonna set this heading to 150. That's not it. 150. And the altitude lock to, we're going to go back up. We're going to do 7,500 actually. Yep, higher is better. Especially since it looks like we got a mountain up ahead.
Killer Cessna, this is center. Establish and maintain a direct heading to Colorado Springs VOR. Frequency for the VOR is 112.50.
Okay, so the script is advancing. That's good. Let's get up to 8,000 here. I think I'm going to need 8,000 to clear that mountain up ahead. Whoops. 146. And 8,000. See, I think that's why it came up with a... the flight plan said 8,000. I think that's why. But unfortunately, when I converted the flight plan to an adventure, ATC adventure, it started thinking 5,000. So
Number 2 full golf West. Yeah, I'm getting kind of below my radar. I'm probably not going to be able to pick
the
up
next time I do an FS4 flight, I'll know to double check the generated text file and fix it.
Cessna, this is center. Establish and maintain a direct heading to Colorado Springs VOR. Frequency for the VOR is 112.50.
Going to make some more changes here to our autopilot. Whoops. Oh, wing leveler. That would help. That's a good idea. Let's do 150. I'm going to change it to 8,500 this time. Let's go to spot view here for a moment.
Killer Cessna, this is center. Establish and maintain a direct heading to Colorado Springs VOR. Frequency for the VOR is 112.50.
This is 5-1 Golf Quebec. We're passing 11 to 13. Number 5-1 Golf Quebec. Center climb to maintain flight level 230. Under climb to maintain 230. 1 Quebec.
Colorado Springs VOR. Frequency for the VOR is 112.50.
We're going to have to adjust our heading here a little bit. Sometimes the flight plan does not exactly match up with the scenery. I think it might be because it's trying to compare it to the regular SubLogic scenery disk. I don't know. When I was setting up the flight plan, it should have been utilizing this scenery, but I've just noticed that sometimes it doesn't exactly match up. Let's see here. Which you can fix, because in the text file it'll have the coordinates.
This is center. You are cleared direct to Pueblo Memorial Airport. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
There we go. So it's moved on to the next part of the ATC adventure. Pueblo is 116.70. So we got 42 miles left of our flight to go. Let's go ahead and change our autopilot again to, we'll do 157. Oh, actually 154. 154. So what flight am I doing tomorrow? It's going to be Flight Simulator 2000, and I don't know exactly what flight yet. It's going to be utilizing a... I almost said DLC, and that's wrong. An add-on called Captain Speaking. And it's an ATC... It's a program basically with ATC adventures. And they got some really wacky voices on them. So it's going to be one of those flights, and I don't know which one yet. That's what I've got to set up today. So yeah, some of these flights, I have to set them up ahead of time. I don't just load it up and, go. I have to set it up. And some of them take a little bit longer than others. I'm glad I didn't record a voice file for this particular one. We would constantly be getting harassed at this point. In case you're wondering, on a typical ATC flight,
Killer Cessna, you're cleared direct to Pueblo Memorial. Cleared to climb and maintain 8,000.
Okay, we're cleared to go to the airport now. So there's like 50 voice files that you would have to prepare if you wanted to have voice for every possibility. And yes, that takes a little bit of time. I think I generated maybe 30 voice files. Somewhere between 25 and 30.
What was center citation 5014 Number 504 Tango Port Center Roger. Descend out of Pueblo T30, then descend south person to 14000, and then out center 3013. PD 14000. Yeah, now to 23, then PD 14. 23 and then 14.
We'll change our heading here again. 3. We'll do it around 170. Now, if it wasn't for the wind, I probably would just, other than the altitude, I probably would fly without the,
Cessna, please contact approach at frequency 118.80. Have a nice day, dude.
Oh, did he say 118.80?
I'll have you approach here in a minute. Yeah, say that. 9900 Delta contact, Houston 01342. Air Sheriff 346, San Angelo approach 12535.
All right, let's go ahead and change this so we can take off the engine noise. The next voice, I'm not sure if it's going to be loud enough or not, so...
Killer Cessna, you're cleared direct to Pueblo Memorial. Cleared to climb and maintain 8,000.
Killer Gamer, this is Pueblo approach. Radar contact. Stand by.
So that looks like Colorado Springs up ahead.
Air 76283, contact Florida 132.07. 605 set out, contact 7 approach 124.2.
I don't think that's the actual airport. It might be. No, I think that airport that we're seeing up ahead, I think that's it.
November 51 Golf Quebec, contact Florida Center 132.07. 132.07, Golf Quebec. Number 24 Golf for us. Yeah, you're getting kind of below my radar. I'm probably not going to be able to pick you up. Are you doing photo work pretty low?
Come on, ATC, don't let me down. We'll go ahead and we'll turn off the autopilot.
Contact Court Center 132.07. 132.07, Golf, Quebec.
Killer Gamer, this is Pueblo approach. Descend and maintain 7,000. Expect vectors to final for visual. Runway 17 approach.
That's the runway that's right over there.
Killer Gamer, this is Pueblo approach. Execute a standard procedure turn. Maintain 7,000 until established on final. Contact Pueblo Tower on 120.95. Good day, sir.
Hey, Killer Gamer, I love your shows. Hey, this is Pueblo Tower, and we're all waiting for you. You're cleared to land on runway 17. Winds are 172 at 4 miles per hour. It's a beautiful day.
They're fans. I got fans in Pueblo, Colorado.
Hey, Killer Gamer, this is Pueblo Tower. Check your landing gear status, buddy. We don't want you to crash.
Oops. Okay, yeah, I do. Guess I do need to put that down. Hey, buddy. You're letting the gears down. I'd have to say, out of all the different flight simulators, I have the most fun with 4 because I can really mod this thing like crazy and really just make it my own. Oh, this is going to be fun with the winds. I may have broken a landing gear there somewhere.
Great job, Killer Gamer. Turn off the active runway on the first available taxiway and hold. Contact ground on 121.90. See you soon.
He thought he liked my landing. Now the question is, where are the taxiways? Ah, okay, there's one behind us. Okay, we just need to turn around a little bit. Oh, the taxiway is covered up. All right, what was the frequency?
Great job, Killer Gamer. Turn off the active runway on the first available taxiway and hold. Contact ground on 121.90. See you soon.
All right.
Killer Gamer! Welcome to Pueblo, Colorado. You're cleared for taxi to the terminal area. I hope you had a great, fun, and safe flight. Now go get a pizza. On me. Ha, 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 ha.
So people who have never been to this channel before are probably thinking, WTF? I know, right? All right. Let's go ahead and set our parking brakes here. And we'll turn that off. And here we are in Pueblo, Colorado. How about that? We had ourselves a custom generated ATC flight from Denver to Pueblo, Colorado, inside the killer universe, where nothing goes the way you think it goes. All right, cool deal. Well, that's all I got for this flight. I do have quite a bit of work to do to get ready for tomorrow's stream with Flight Simulator 2000. Plus, I got to kind of test it out, make sure that it's going to work correctly. But If you thought this one was fun, yeah, wait till you see the one tomorrow. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next stream. Have a killer awesome day.